Hi, the Cursed Possessions update is here. We have new items, we have a new ghost type, and we have a lot of changes and some quality of life improvements, and probably some things I imagine that are not going to be in the patch notes at all. Probably scary things that we will discover in actual missions that will terrify us. So let's get into the patch notes real quick. In this first video, I just wanted to get into what the changes actually are. So first of all, glad to see you're still here. We have the music box, we have the tortured voodoo doll, the haunted mirror, the summoning circle, tarot cards, and a Ouija board. Now, the haunted mirror is especially interesting because that was not really teased. I really only saw a photo of it in the date announcement, which came out like, what, a day or two ago? Right before this dropped? This dropped surprisingly early. I like these decorations in the lobby, by the way. These are nice. I also especially like that we have our little ghost friend up here in the rafters. Is that Santa? Is that Santa? So, okay, so the music box. The patch notes say that reports show paranormal entities singing along to this haunting melody. Don't get too close or you may get a nasty surprise. Now, these items trade sanity for information, but it says that these items can create additional negative effects, possibly. So you're really gambling a little bit when you use these items. That's really in line with dark fantasy and horror in general, where you tend to trade sanity, where magic comes at a cost, where dabbling with the occult is dangerous, etc., etc. So, the tortured voodoo doll, it says force a pin into the doll to trigger a reaction from the ghost, but you may lose more than you gain. That's pretty vague. We will see what happens. I believe that the teaser showed a player using the doll, and the TV would turn on and off as they used it. So it appears to force ghost interactions, could be useful for getting EMF 5 evidence and things like that, possibly. Haunted mirror. Now this one, I can't wait to see the visuals on this. A visible portal into the spectral realm. Dare you peer inside to find the ghost's room? So I think what's going to happen is you're going to maybe ask the mirror a question or use it with maybe just a simple interact key or something, whatever. But then it will show you like a vision of where the ghost is, possibly. I wonder if that will also have any strange effects beyond that. We will see. So the summoning circle, this one I thought was forcing like a ghost appearance, like a ghost event. It says risk your life by summoning the ghost and trapping it temporarily. Don't stay too long. It'll break free eventually. Yes. So apparently that's not forcing just a ghost event, like just an appearance. So that's not just a photo op. That is, I mean, the summoning circle apparently initiates like a hunt that is temporarily like contained. So I'm guessing you have a short grace period. I wonder if the grace period for the summoning circle is randomized, or whether it depends on difficulty, or whether it's just a flat value across all difficulties. We will see. Tarot cards, a deck of 10 random cards, each with a unique mystical property. So I wonder whether that's whether that means that there are more than 10 cards, and a mission with the tarot cards just pulls 10 of those at random, or whether that means there are 10 random cards currently. I think there are more than 10 cards in a tarot card deck, so it will be interesting to see if they also add additional cards in future updates. That'll be interesting. But it says each with a unique mystical property. I'm guessing, it says that all of these trade information for sanity and then have other effects as well. I'm really wondering whether like the tarot card deck gives you information, but depending on what card you get, it has an effect that's either positive or negative, or whether those effects are universally negative. I gotta say, from the art in the teasers, it looked like the art on the cards was pretty like macabre, of course, as befits the tone and content of the game. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see how these tarot cards work. Okay, so the Ouija board, and this is a big change to the Ouija board, that is no longer a given in Nightmare mode, which is nice. So the Ouija board is going to be a little more mysterious again. You're going to go into a house not knowing whether you're going to find that, or whether you will find... Oh, how nice. Whether it partied a little too hard, did you? I've been there, buddy. Yeah, that holiday party food poisoning is no joke. So, the Ouija board is not a given. It's either going to be that or one of the other cursed possessions that will randomly spawn on a map. It's 1 possession per map. And they will have different spawn points. You have to explore and find where those are. Very cool. So I like that because it gives you a reason to go out and explore the structure, right? Or the campsite, or whatever it is. I like that change. Yeah, and it's going to be one of those changes. It also really means that there have been some changes to Nightmare Mode, because toward the end of the most recent patch, they did turn in a change that made the Ouija board always spawn. And that was just to kind of check your sanity with, to kind of help with some of the problems that Nightmare Mode had on launch, with a lot of the ghosts kind of being a guessing game, or some of the tests being kind of tedious and stuff like that. So the Ouija board was kind of a temporary band-aid for that. Community response to Nightmare Mode was still really good. I can say that from interactions on my YouTube channel as well. People specifically requested it, even though I felt it wasn't quite done. Wasn't quite done baking yet. Looks like now we're going to have a much more well-rounded Nightmare Mode with very distinct ghost types. So, speaking of that, ghost identities. Nightmare has been a successful addition to Phasmophobia, agreed, but we've all found some ghosts are just too hard to identify with only 2 evidences. Yes, it says we never intended for Nightmare to be a guessing game. Thank you. So to combat this, some ghost types have received new abilities, passives, and other adjustments to make them feel more in line with their journal descriptions and most recently added ghosts. Huh. Cool. So these old ghost types are going to become a little more distinct and interesting. That was another problem that Phasmo kind of got as it added ghost types, was that some of the old ones really didn't have anything remarkable about them. So let's see what changes it lists here in the patch notes. For Shade, it says the shy ghost, often hiding in plain sight, only showing itself when truly necessary. I wonder whether that means that this ghost is going to be less likely to appear and show itself. Poltergeist, the ghost that loves to throw things. Watch out. Now, I wonder whether some sounds have been added for items breaking now. I think I saw on the Trello board like months ago that they were thinking about making a change where objects that get thrown can break. You know, if the ghost knocks a plate over, the plate can break on the floor, that kind of thing. So that could actually make hunts more frightening in itself. If you hear, you know, the ghost stomping around and throwing things, items breaking, that could be really actually quite terrifying. So I'll be interested to see whether that is the case once we get into some games after this patch notes video. Anyway, Poltergeist, yeah, throws things. Not much different there, but wonder if it has an increased chance to throw now. Super throws were very distinct Poltergeist behavior, but maybe the dev wasn't quite happy with all of us making giant polter piles and having to test it that way. Banshee, the singing siren luring ghost hunters near and far. I wonder whether that will have any unique interactions with that music box item, since it loves to sing so much. Huh, curious. It says that the Banshee's rare ability to hunt at any sanity percentage has been moved to the demon. That really works, if you ask me. I like that. So the demon says the most aggressive and dangerous ghost we've ever witnessed. I wonder if the demon still generally hunts above 70% sanity, or whether it just has the Banshee's old can hunt at any sanity ability. And I wonder whether that ability is more frequent now. I wonder if you go into a house, now you have to be on your guard from the start due to the demon possibly being able to hunt you right away with a pretty high frequency. Because it was extremely rare for the Banshee to use its hunt anytime ability. You could theoretically get hunted at like 99% sanity, or immediately on opening the front door. I believe Nuzgard had a really good video of that happening at least once. So the demon, the djinn, these ghosts love to chase, hide before they see you. That sounds kind of like the Revenant, doesn't sound too distinct compared to the Revenant, but I'm going to assume that maybe the djinn just has that zooming ability still. I don't know. Hantu, the cold has empowered these ghosts so much it's starting to show. What does that mean? Are there unique visual effects? Does that mean that, like, the ghost renders in a particular way? Does it look frosty? Is the ghost, in fact, just like a snow person walking around the house? We will see. Mare, The thing that goes bump in the night, thriving in darkness. Yep, that's in line with previous patches. I wonder what that means now, though. You know, has the mayor's ability no longer just... Is that no longer just hunting at 65% if the light is off in the ghost room? Does it have other behaviors in the darkness that show that it is moisturized in its lane and thriving? I don't know. We'll see. Oni. New reports show many more sightings. Maybe these ghosts enjoy the fear in people's eyes. So Onis apparently are exhibitionists. Interesting. So they've just been waiting in these haunted houses just like, please, somebody. I long to be seen. Okay, so yokais. It says be quiet, you wouldn't want to wake it up. I'm going to assume that still means the ghost reacts to voices, hunts early in response to your voice, which is a ghost that I fear more as somebody who makes videos, because I have to talk constantly while I make videos to be engaging, right? So that yokai, I'm sure, will catch me by surprise and kill me at some point soon. Yurei. Masters of insanity, making anyone crazy who comes into contact with them. So I wonder how that has changed from previous ability. Previous ability, I think, was that Yureis would manifest and drain your sanity faster. We'll see. This also says that ghosts will now use only their physical form during hunts instead of shadow or translucent forms. Okay, so again, this makes me wonder whether the Hantu, for example, has a distinct form when it manifests. Because it said, what? The cold has empowered these ghosts so much it's starting to show. Interesting, right? I wonder. All ghost abilities have been adjusted to make them happen more often and more consistently. There we go. Well, the demon just got a buff, because the demon just got the Banshee's ability, and now all ghost abilities happen more often and more consistently. That's an interesting addition to this. So, new items. For the duration of the holiday period, Maple Campsite weather will always be snowing. Excellent. And has received new seasonal decorations. We love that. Okay, so the Mimic is the new ghost type. It says the most intriguing ghost type we've ever encountered. More information is available in the journal. Ooh, upcoming video about that. I can't, unfortunately, check the journal in the lobby, but we will do that when we get into a game. 2 new tabs have been added to the journal for easier navigation. Home and items. Okay, interesting. Several questions have been added to the Ouija board, such as, how did you die? That's a very interesting one. I wonder whether that will have probably not any unique ghost identifying responses there, but we'll see. Almost every object has had its impact sounds replaced to match its material. Okay, again, this makes me wonder whether items break now or whether they still just fall. But that's cool. That means that we're going to hear sounds that are unfamiliar. And in my experience, unfamiliar sounds in Phasmophobia are very creepy. I remember first starting this game and not knowing what any of the sounds meant, so everything seemed to mean ghost behavior or danger to me. So that added some challenge, and that definitely added an element of fear, for sure. So, new sounds have been added for player footsteps while sprinting on different surfaces. Wait. Yeah, my footsteps here. Yep. I hear sounds for hard surface. Hear sounds for snow. Hear rubber mats, carpets. Very cool. Love that. Love the sound design. Okay, so changes. Several scripts, Maple Campsite assets, and the weather systems have been optimized heavily to help with performance. Interesting. All ghosts can now throw objects during hunts, similarly to how they currently open doors. Okay, are they breaking plates and things like that? Scary. Very scary. All ghosts except yokais can now hear your voice from further away. Okay, interesting. So they can home in on you better. I have had experiences where I would call out to ghosts for a long time and not really get them to home in on me properly, so I wonder whether this will make that more consistent. Ghosts will no longer be able to wander long paths when setting waypoints through walls. For example, the campsite black tent to the storage tents, and will choose another closer waypoint. Am I understanding that right? Does that mean What does that mean? Does that mean ghosts are not going to reach through walls and interact in, like, in rooms that are just on the other sides of walls? What does that mean, I wonder? No, because it just says wandering. I wonder. I'm not exactly clear what that means, so if you happen to know what that means or have a guess, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious about that one. I don't think I fully understand. You can no longer quickly escape through the exterior doors or gates when a hunt starts. No more taking the Ouija board to the front door and cheesing it for interaction photos. R.I.P. The ghost will now always write in a ghostwriting book after throwing it, if it's the correct evidence type, except during hunts. Okay, interesting. I hope no bugs make us think that there is ghostwriting when there isn't related to that. We will see. You must now take interaction photos of the object that was thrown. Oh, great. Okay, instead of where the object was before the ghost moved it. Okay, so previously it was possible to miss photos because you would take a photo of something that you found thrown, very recently thrown, and the game would not count it unless you accurately took a photo of where the object was before it was thrown. That has now changed. Now the interaction photos are linked to the thrown object itself. Love that. Much more intuitive. Absolutely love that. I'm sure we'll have some chances to test that in games. Hunting effects on cameras have been adjusted. Have hunting effects on camera photos been adjusted? Because honestly, the most recent update where the ghost is all glitched out in journal photos, I didn't love that. One of the most fun things about the game was getting cool ghost photos and saying to your friends, check it out in the journal, look what a good photo I got. And now all the ghost photos look like shit. Ever since the most recent update, I do think that was kind of a bad idea. I think I understand that we want the ghost to glitch electronics and things like that. But you could technically get like a 3-star photo of the ghost and the photo would look terrible. It didn't make any sense. And it also was less fun in a multiplayer way. And, generally made the game, I would think, less shareable on social media and stuff like that. So I would think if I was the dev, I would want to roll that change back and make ghost photos, at least make the digital artifacts on those photos more subtle or something. Maybe add anomalies to those photos. Those could be cool, but, So I'm really glad. I hope that means that ghost photos are back. We will see. Ghost's refreshing fingerprints will now allow you to take an additional photo, touching the same door twice. Okay, totally makes sense, and that should definitely be the case. I hope they fix the light switch bugs. Before the ghost could touch light switches in the most recent patch, and you could take a photo of it, and you would be able to see the fingerprint, and the photo would not count. So that was a bummer. Footstep sounds are now more accurately synchronized with player and ghost movement speed. Cool. So they adjusted the sound design a little bit. More immersive. That's cool. The heartbeat sound's volume is now based on the distance from the ghost, getting louder the closer it is. I love that change. That's going to keep you on your toes more, because that means if the ghost gets line of sight to you or whatever, you're not just automatically going to get like the full loudness heartbeat and then not hear it, as soon as you get far enough away or something like that. So that's going to mean you're going to be listening. During the hunt, you're going to be listening really hard for that heartbeat sound to be increasing, and that's going to be an element of tension. That's going to make that more scary. I like that change a lot. That's a smart change. I mean, I hate it, but I like it. Hunting ghost sounds will now fade out instead of abruptly stopping. Okay, again, causing us to doubt ourselves a little bit, right? Ghosts like the demon, or like any ghost that hunts at relatively high sanity, any ghost that chain hunts at low sanity, that seems to me like a buff, because now that buffer between hunts, we're going to spend some of that listening longer, right? Wondering if that hunt is really over. Or we're going to pop out of cover too soon and get ourselves in trouble. And finally, increase the frequency of paranormal sounds picked up by the parabolic mic. Awesome. I love that. So the parabolic mic has a buff. Maybe we'll see a little bit more use. Okay, I think that's the end of the patch notes. Let me check quickly. Oh wait, no, we have a whole section of fixes. Okay, we're going to go through these real quick. Fixed a bug where the Raiju's weakness was only affecting camcorders and cameras. Interesting. Fixed a bug where the hunt duration was being set based on the size of the map you previously played. Weird. Wait, so hunt durations are based on the size of the map now. That's interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that. Did we know that? Phasmo community, did we know that? I have questions. Fixed a bug where heartbeat sound would play if the ghost was too far away. Fixed a bug where sound would muffle if you walked near the cabin balcony door. Fixed a bug where the escape from the ghost during a hunt objective couldn't be completed. Thank you so much. I had encountered that in videos previously posted to this channel. Some of y'all saw them. I didn't know if I was incorrectly diagnosing something to be a hunt or what. I wonder if that's also related to the Revenant lock-on bugs that were happening, where Revenants would just move super slow and never act like they had line of sight with you, or would just randomly, suddenly zoom when they hadn't been before. Okay, fixed a bug where several interactions were not giving photo rewards. Great. Okay, so that probably means the light switch bugs that I was finding. Fixed a bug where the photo camera could be turned on inside the truck. Interesting. Interesting. That was considered... I don't know. I never encountered that. Fixed a bug where smashed lights could be turned on when toggling the fuse box. Okay, somebody did leave a comment about that on one of my previous videos saying that you could reset broken bulbs by just toggling the fuse box on and off, and then you could use the light again. That was not intended. And it makes sense that that was not intended. So... Fixed a bug where you could hold lit candles outside in heavy rain. Okay, I actually just encountered that this morning. Interesting. Fixed a bug where the temperatures inside the campsite toilets were not being set correctly. Huh. Okay. Fixed a bug where the heartbeat sound would play when you were too far away. I think they already said that one. Yeah. Fixed a bug where you using a second smudge stick within a few seconds of the first would not stop the ghost killing you. Fixed a bug where setting the master volume slider wouldn't always work. Fixed a bug where VR players couldn't hear their own footsteps. Fixed a bug where some curtains didn't have collision, causing a safe spot. Fixed a bug where the models of some lights wouldn't look turned on after it flickered. Huh. Interesting. I hope that doesn't mean that they changed the light dimming. I have this fear that the liminal style lighting that I love so much since the most recent update, I have a fear that it was like unintended and was a bug and that it's going to be quote-unquote fixed when I think it's really atmospheric and cool. So I hope that's still a thing. Fixed a bug where the shower water in the ensuite in Edgefield was spraying the wrong way. Cool. I never saw that, but that's funny. Fixed several bugs where certain map UI and player icons were rotated incorrectly. Fixed several bugs where photo rewards were being given when they shouldn't be. Fixed several floating books in high school. Fixed several safe spots in prison. Fixed several fans in Asylum having 2 sets of fan blades. Fixed several rare visual issues in Willow and Ridgeview. Interesting. And then, of course, that is the end of the patch notes, but I don't believe that's the end of what they've added. I have a suspicion that some scary things have been added, maybe new ghost events. Who knows? But I have the feeling we're going to encounter some things in the field that we have not been prepared for. And I love that. Wow, what an update. This is huge. They finished it early. They appear to have delivered it early. Kinetic Games seems to be just killing it. We'll see if this update introduces any bugs, but it looks like it fixes a great deal of them, so hey, who knows? We'll see. I'm going to be playing games and exploring new updates and testing things out all day today. I expect to upload several videos, several full hunts, and we'll see several of the cursed possessions, I'm sure. We will see some of the new UI elements and some of the sound changes. I'm really excited. I hope you'll join me today. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe so that you can keep up with that and we can check out these updates together. Alright, I'm going to get into a game. You'll have a new video with a full hunt in the new update very, very soon from me. Thanks again for watching, and see you on the other side.